Okay, we're going to talk about success in my career and success in your career. Seems like success in the career is very important. In fact, a recent massive millennial poll, which asked about the millennials considering life's goals, what do they consider very important? And you can see 76% of them said having a successful career is very important, right up next to having good friends. So this is very important. I think it's very important for all of us. So let's see and ask a question. What do we lack to be most successful? If having a successful career is important, then what do we lack to be most successful? Or what do we need to do to improve our chances of success? Either one of those. So let me answer that question. What do we need to do to improve our lack of success or make it even stronger? Skills. We need to improve our skills. And that's a problem. Skills. We don't have the skills to be most successful. Well, wait a minute. You're going to say, no, 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 no. I've been doing programming for 7 years and I'm very skilled at it. That isn't my problem of why I am not the most successful. And I've been teaching school and coaching for 10 years and that's not a problem with me. It's not skills. Why do you say skills? After a while, you're really good in your career. So what skills do I need in order to do this? Well, let's dive into that a little bit more. In the professional side, let's look at programming as a profession, but you could say it could be finance, mechanical engineering, manufacturing. It could be sales. It could be healthcare, whatever it is, a professional. So you have professional skills. Now, we understand that there's a rule called the 10,000-hour rule. What does that mean? It means it takes 10,000 hours, which is 5 years, by the way, basically, to become an expert in your profession. Prior to that, you're some sort of intermediate, whatever that means, right? 5 years, 10,000 hours of practice to be a professional. So in your profession, if you've been around 5, 10 years, now I agree with you. You likely have these skills. So these are not the skills, the professional skills, that is keeping you from being the most successful. But let's move on. There's another set of skills that are required in every profession. That's leadership skills. Sometimes they're called relationship skills. Leadership skills are the broadest term for them. Well, what do we have there? Well, we have the 10,000-hour rule again. Right? Have you been practicing leadership skills for the 10,000-hour rule so you can be very successful and an expert in leadership skills? No. You're unlikely to know what the skills even are because we don't learn that in school. We don't learn it in work. We just do whatever we think is necessary, whatever that means. So likely you're lacking these skills. And I want to show you how important it is to have these skills in the kind of same way that you do your professional skills. All right, so you look in here, every profession comes with both skills. Whether it's written in your job code or not, it comes with both skills. You can't be the most successful in your career unless you're good in both of those skills because they are a part of your career. On the right-hand side, you have your profession. You could be an individual contributor, a manager, director, supervisor. On the left-hand side, you have the leadership skills, and they are, and I'll explain them are just a little bit, systems awareness, self-awareness, relating, authenticity, and achieving. And the most important two, to give you the biggest plus, is relating and achieving. And when you do this really well on the left-hand side, it increases your results on the right-hand side 2 times. 2 times. So does that make you more successful? Absolutely. Absolutely. So how do we obtain our skills to begin with? In the professional side, it's simple. We didn't know a thing. We didn't know what we didn't know. So we were unconsciously incompetent. And then we learned what we had to do. So we're consciously incompetent. Still can't do it, but we're consciously incompetent. So then we climbed up to says, well, now that I know what I got to do and I work on it a little bit, and I practice a little bit, I can do it, but I have to think about it. It doesn't come natural. And as I do it over and over and over again, in my professional skills, it end up to be I become unconsciously competent. It's like secondhand what I do. We don't even think about it anymore. So let's go to the other side. Again, the same thing on the leadership side as the professional side, and you have to have them both to be successful, completely successful in your career. So where are you? Do you know what all the skills are? Probably not. So at least you're unconsciously incompetent. Maybe you know there's a couple and you're consciously incompetent. Maybe you worked on a little, and what I'm saying is, you're likely incompetent in that area. So let me tell you the meaning of that. The meaning of that on the leadership side, we use our EQ, which is our emotional kind of self. On the IQ, on the professional side, we use our IQ. Of course, we use a bit of both of those in the job as a professional. But here's the sad truth. The probability of your success is, being highly successful is 80%. The EQ represents 80% of the possibility of you being successful. IQ represents only 20%. So where have you spent all your time learning? You learned it on the EQ side, which is only a small percentage of your ability to be highly successful. So what does that tell you? It tells you, well, we better do something. So here, let me make a suggestion. Getting started in leadership development. On the right-hand side is a book written by a very 30-year executive coach that says, hey, this is the 20 things you've got to stop doing if you want to move up the ladder of success in your career. On the left-hand side is the leadership code. Here's the 5 things that you've got to start doing to be more successful in your career. So what do we get back to? We get back to where we started. What you need is skills. That's what you need. So thank you very much.